Hello everyone. So I am the CEO and founder of Broken Egg. Thanks to Cloud Primero, we're here today and presenting you what exactly we do. So for those who like to scan QR codes, I'd say go ahead and go have a look at the website. So as I mentioned before, I'm Martijn Van Schaik, founder and CEO, and today we will dive in a little bit deeper what we do. Thanks to Cloud Primero. So today the topic is going to be about Web3, the future of the internet, or just a hype. I think there's many companies here today that are promoting and showcasing products in the Web3 space, but what are we actually doing? Where are we going? And I think this is something very interesting to watch a little bit more at the trends. So for those who are not very familiar, actually, I have a little bit of an explanation here about the different cycles of the internet. So initially, Web 1 was the internet of where you could read things, right? So you could access a web page and get an information, just like a magazine, but then online. Then the Web 2 emerged, where you basically could start liking pictures, commenting, following people. Is basically the social media platforms that you know nowadays. And what is Web 3? Well, Web 3 is really about owning this data. And I like to raise the fact about owning, because today there's a lot of influencers on Instagram, for example, that have their accounts deleted, and everything they have built is actually lost. So I think it's a shame that this happens, and this is where the Web3 comes from. But not only. So we have social medias. There's a big trend happening today where we are in a sharing economy, and where we constantly are sharing content with each other. But also, I guess everyone is familiar with this, the COVID pandemic. Indeed, the COVID pandemic really pushed us towards digitalization. Besides that, decentralization. I think is the word that everyone loves here. It's about going away from the traditional system and taking it off the grid, or at least owning that data in a decentralized way. So I'll talk a little bit more about why we're going towards the Web3 and what is driving this. If you look at Roblox, for example, Roblox today has 58.8 million daily active users. Yes, that is a lot. So 200 million hours of monthly spent in this metaverse, from which 80% is under the age of 13 years old. So what is this telling us? This is telling us that the younger generation that's growing up today is going towards the Web3, towards a metaverse-based economy. Besides Roblox, there's also 5 billion daily active users on the internet. Those are the people we can reach today on the internet. And it's been estimated that we will spend 1 hour a day in 2028 in the metaverse, spending money on e-commerce stores or these kind of metaverse platforms. And we have a metaverse economy estimated by 2030 by $13 trillion by the Citibank. So yes, we are going to be more connected, where we can share things together and be all around the world with our loved ones. Maybe not in such a way where we will be completely disconnected from the physical world, but actually just simply connected with everyone. To share, to talk, and I think it's important to raise the fact that this will emerge communities. Communities that will belong together to follow and share the same interests. So, where do you start? I think there's a lot of people here that are seeing all these Web3 things, but don't really know where to start. So I think this is what we want to raise today. You could start slowly by, for example, here we have a launch video we made for Clubbing TV, who is launching an NFT collection with bracelets, giving you access to Amnesia Ibiza, World Club Dome, and many other festivals around the world by owning the NFT. So basically, connecting the digital with the physical by showcasing these things. And yes, these are all 3D models that we also created in real life. So you will have the real bracelet. For the Aquarium of Paris, we launched an NFT collection that gives you access to the physical place. And you'll basically also have all the information about the jellyfish. So all these jellyfish, and I'll show you one more time. All these jellyfish are 3D modeled with the area behind it. It took us about 4 months to create 92 models. So to make it attractive to the commercial, to the B2C side, we need to make this in very attractive manners. The metaverse is also emerging. This is a shot that I tried showing yesterday about MetaZeum. Unfortunately, the video didn't work, so that's why I'm showing you now. So if we can connect these people in this 3D space, they'll be able to also share things more away from texting to a more 3D space. So websites will basically be more immersive, and you'll start being able to go into your commerce store. So you might wonder and start thinking, what is next? Well, today there's a lot of use cases for the metaverse that is going to emerge. This is, for example, a digital twin of Dubai. You could imagine, for example, Ukraine, who got a lot of less buildings now, who could start building their city in the metaverse, to be able to see how they're going to infrastructure the city and where the mass is going to flow in these cities, and potentially even relocate the city center. This will allow, you have to imagine as well that all these real estate plans have already the 3D models of these buildings. They're making these buildings, they're just simply having to connect them in a bigger city. Besides, there's also a very nice project that I saw in Monaco, which I think could be interesting. What's going to happen is that cities are building digital twins so that if there's a fire happening right now in a building, actually they will already know where the electricity flows, where the gas flows, where the exits are, where all the doors are, and to be able to evacuate in a faster way. So this is how we can actually use the metaverse to save lives, for example. You could also imagine that you're going to tokenize your real estate. Maybe now buildings can be sold and owned by multiple owners. You can rent them out easier by having an NFT. All these things offer the opportunity to do things in the Web3 space. So as I mentioned before, Broken Egg is founded in the Netherlands, and we recently joined forces with Cloud Primero to expand to the MENA region. They have a big presence here, and we want to share this opportunity with them to go to the Web3. They're experienced in consultancy and basically tech innovation, so they help venture building for corporate companies. And we want to add a little touch of Web3 and also a little touch of our Dutch design and cultural side. So I would say join us at booth 16. We can jump into a little bit more of your questions if you have anything you're wondering. You're probably wondering, so what exactly do we do? So we kind of have like an A to Z approach. We analyze companies, we look at their business model, we try to understand where they want to go, what are their missions, the vision, and what are their values. And these things we bring together in a strategic workshop where we will educate these people, so the executives of the company, for example, about what is Web3, what are the opportunities, what can you do? And once we get started on a project, we will consult them. Of course, we will develop ourselves as well, but we can also consult them on how to do those first steps. Basically like holding a little kid by the hand and slowly bringing them into the Web3 space. NFTs and metaverse as well, because we are a creative agency, we're really good in 3D design and 3D content, as you might have seen in this video. So I'm actually quite fast if I look at the time, so that's good. That will allow you to give a little bit longer of a break and maybe join us earlier at the booth. So again, my question, is Web3 the future? Is it really necessary? Or is it just a hype? Well, actually, it's both. Sure, it raised into the world because of a hype, but it is necessary because it will allow us to digitalize data, to track data, and I'm pretty sure that all of you agree that data is key to improving a company. So now with this data and getting closer to these communities, we can build a better future. And I'd like to raise one more time before I leave the stage. We believe that, for example, your customers that you have today are going to be, you will want to be or have them in your community. Because if you buy Nike shoes, and no, I did not get sponsored to say this. If you buy Nike shoes for 10 years long, and tomorrow you stop buying them, will Nike tell you something? Will you feel attached for not buying Nike shoes anymore? No. But if you had a Nike NFT, and you're suddenly stopping to buy Nike shoes and selling your NFT, you feel like you're leaving that community. You feel like you're abandoning your connection with this brand. And yeah, that's initially what you're losing. So we want to build communities. Communities will be the customers of tomorrow. So thank you very much, guys.